Ooh, what's good, Commanders fans? What's good, y'all, man? What is good? We have acquired left tackle Laremy Tunsil from the Houston Texans, man. Heck of a trade. I love that Adam Peters is being aggressive, man. People were doubting him and saying, disappointing the Javon Kinlaw move, and like we've been real quiet. You know the emoji where it's like the man poking the stick at Adam Peters and stuff like that. Come on, like do something, stuff like that. That's what happens, guys. It's only 4 p.m. on the first day of legal tampering. So you had to let Adam Peters cook, man. You knew he knew he was going to cook something up. He was going to chef something up. You knew that was going to happen. And he's working behind the scenes. It's not like a predictable move. This was something that was under his sleeve for sure. I did not expect us to trade for Laremy Tunsil. Now, a lot of people said we were going to beef up the offensive line. We definitely made the offensive line stronger for sure. Brandon Coleman most likely will be left guard, so he'll be kicked in inside. Biotis at center, Sam Cosmi at right guard, Wiley most likely at right tackle, or you could possibly put Brandon Coleman at right tackle, but I think Brandon Coleman at left guard will be awesome for Brandon Coleman. They're going to be mauling guys, man. They're going to be mauling guys in the run game and the pass protection game. Like, we are protecting our franchise quarterback. And we win. You got to win in the trenches, man. Adam understands that he's making a big move there going after Laremy Tunsil. So the trade compensation, and it's not like the Michael Jordan meme where it's like, forget them kids and forget the draft picks. So, hey, I mean, I'm all for it, man. I'm all for it. You see what competitors do in the NFC East where they traded picks to bring in guys to make them a championship contender and things like that. So Adam Peters is doing that too. And you got to bring in legitimate veterans to help your franchise guy while he's on a rookie contract. While he's on a rookie contract where you can pay Laremy Tunsil $21.3 million in 2025, $10 million guaranteed, and then 2026 we're going to be paying Laremy Tunsil $21.3, and you have 2 years left on his deal, which is good too. It's not just a 1-year rental or something like that. So we gave up a second-round pick in 2026, third-round pick this year, fourth-round pick in 2026, and a seventh-round pick in 2025. So our third-round pick is going for this year. Our seventh-round pick is going for this year. We had like 2 or 3 we had like 2 or 3 seventh-round picks. I believe that's the third-round pick we got for Jahan Dotson. So some way we just turned Jahan Dotson into Laremy Tunsil. And then we gave up the second-round pick for next year and fourth-round pick for next year. We get back a fourth-round pick for this year, though. So we do get a pick in return for Laremy Tunsil. So Adam Peters did kind of finesse that in there a little bit. Laremy Tunsil, 5-time Pro Bowler. Everybody remembers the gas mask night on draft night, and then he dropped, and it didn't matter because he's still a legitimate tackle in this league. 5-time Pro Bowler. You look at some of the numbers, some of the stats. And Texans fan, and this is from Aaron Wilson from the Texans. He said players were disappointed in the trade. So players on the Texans are upset that they traded Laremy Tunsil. They're upset about that. He's been a captain for years and years and years on that roster, for sure. Laremy Tunsil, he's super durable too. Played in 17 games last year, 14 games the year before, 17 games in 2022, played in 5 games in 2021. Other than that, he's played in 14 games or more throughout his career. 5-time Pro Bowler. Let's see some of the other stats here, man. But Laremy Tunsil, man, that's legit to protect Jayden Daniels' blindside, man. To protect his blindside. Laremy Tunsil, 2024, he had a PFF grade of 88.6, pass blocking grade, run blocking grade of 73.6, overall grade 76.5. Only 2 sacks allowed in 17 games. That's awesome. Only 2 sacks allowed on the season. 1,026 snaps, and he was blocking for C.J. Stroud, another young, legit quarterback that he was blocking for. So he goes from one legit young quarterback to another legit quarterback, for sure. So 30 years old. This is his 10th season in the NFL, so he's still in his prime. He's still got a lot of years left, a couple years left in the league for sure. 3.3% allowed pressure rate since 2021. 7 games with 0 pressures allowed in 2024. 0 pressures. Like, that's a brick wall. Just pancaking guys, not letting anybody get to their quarterback. That's what we're gonna get for Jayden Daniels. Like, that's like, bruh. Like, this is legit our Super Bowl window, and Adam Peters believes that. That's what I love about Adam Peters. He traded for Marshawn Lattimore. He traded for Deebo Samuel. Even if the trades don't work out, I think the Laremy Tunsil trade will work out. The Deebo and Marshawn trade is still up in the air, but it just shows that Adam Peters is aggressive, and I love that he's building it through the trenches as well with Laremy Tunsil for sure. 88.6 PFF pass block grade, which was 4th among tackles, I believe. 3.1% pressure rate allowed since 2022, 3rd best among offensive tackles. Just imagine Jayden, 91.7 PFF pass blocking grade since 2022. Imagine Jayden with all that time in the pocket, man. Like, he doesn't have to worry about anybody coming from the most important position on the offensive line. He doesn't have to worry about any of that at all. He can just stand in the pocket now. Jayden with time in the pocket, like that's gonna be nasty, man. That's gonna be. I see 35 touchdown passes this year. I see 35. He threw 25 this year. He's gonna throw like 35. He's gonna have a game with 5 touchdown passes in one game. He's gonna have that this year, like 4 or 5. He's gonna do that. That's gonna happen. So yeah, Ryan Fowler said Laremy Tunsil immediately becomes left tackle 1 in Washington, and a move to right tackle or right guard is expected for Brandon Coleman. Laremy Tunsil immediately becomes the most talented left tackle or talented tackle Washington's had since Trent Williams. That is true. And the newfound blindside protected for Jayden Daniels, heck of an ad from Adam Peters. So Adam Peters, man, heck of a job, man. Take a bow, all that good stuff, man. So I love what Adam Peters is doing. When you have a quarterback like that you believe in, a franchise guy that can get you to the NFC Championship, can get you to the Super Bowl, that's the move that you make, and you build around your young quarterback. So you can bridge that gap against other teams that are championship contenders. So you can bridge that gap for sure. All right, y'all. I mean, I think that's about it. I know Javon Holland. We have interest in Javon Holland, the safety from the Dolphins, who's just flies around and gets to the football for sure. Great in coverage. So I mean, Javon Holland, if we can bring him in, and then Charvarius Ward is still out there too. So that's an option as well. How big is Laremy Tunsil? Laremy Tunsil is 6'5", 313 pounds, 30 years old. Like I said before, first round pick, 13th pick of the draft. Javon Holland. I want to see some of his some of his stats real quick before I sign off. Javon Holland had how many interceptions? He had a pick in 2023, 2 picks in 2022, 2 picks in 2021, 16 games in 2021 as well. Let me see some of his advanced numbers here too. Completion percentage allowed in 2024 was 54%. Quarterback rating allowed was 89.0, which is elite. That's elite. That's elite numbers right there from Javon Holland. So I would love to see him in DC. Or really, Charvarius Ward is the guy that I want to see in DC. We need a cornerback. We got to address the cornerback position. We do Trey Hendrickson. What's going to happen with that? We'll see what happens with that. But now, if you look at the draft and you look at the draft capital that we do have, maybe we could trade back to get some more assets, to get some more draft picks. We'll see if that is possible to be able to trade back. But I just want to read off the draft picks that we do have in the draft. So we have pick 29. We have our first round pick. We have our second round pick, pick 61. We have our fourth round pick, and we have 2 sevenths. So right now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 picks in the draft right now. So if we can trade back, that would be nice. But if they trade another pick for Trey Hendrickson, then I don't mind that either. I don't mind Adam Peters going all in right now. I love that. I love that with a passion. I love being aggressive. I love believing in your team, believing in your roster. Jeremy Chin did sign with the Raiders, so you do need to acquire a safety. You do need to acquire a safety. So, all right, you guys let me know what you guys think. As always, Hail Commanders. Peace.